If you've ever told yourself, I'm just bad with money, that story isn't true, and it's not even yours. Most financial advice treats overspending like a character flaw, as if somewhere inside you there's a responsible adult who just needs to try harder. But your brain isn't wired for long-term spreadsheets. It's wired for survival, immediacy, and emotion. If saving feels hard, if investing feels scary, if impulse purchases win more often than you'd like, that's not weakness. That's biology doing exactly what it was built to do. I'm Bids, and this is Break It Down Simply. Let's break it down. Your financial decisions aren't made by one unified, rational version of you. They're the result of two systems inside your brain negotiating in real time, and one of them has a serious, unfair advantage. One system is emotional and fast. It cares about right now. It wants relief, comfort, reward. Neuroscientists call this the limbic system. The other is slower and more analytical. It plans. It delays gratification. It imagines the future. That's the prefrontal cortex. Here's the analogy that makes it click. Your limbic system is a toddler in a grocery store. Your prefrontal cortex is the tired parent trying to stick to the shopping list. When you see a flash sale online, the toddler grabs the candy. The parent says, "We already have snacks at home." Every financial decision you make is that negotiation, and the toddler has more energy than the parent thinks. For most of human history, there was no 401k, no stock market, no credit card. There was food today or no food, safety now or danger now. Your brain evolved to prioritize the immediate. That's where present bias comes in, the tendency to overvalue right now over later, even when later is clearly the better deal. Offered $50 today or $100 in a month. Your limbic system leans toward today. Not because it's stupid, because certainty feels safe and the future feels abstract. There's also research out of Cambridge suggesting that our financial personality begins forming before age 7. Before you understood what interest rates were, you were absorbing how money felt in your home. Stressful or abundant, secretive or open. So by the time you're an adult trying to get better with money, you're not starting from zero. You're starting from wiring that's been running for decades. Here's what's actually happening the moment you're about to make a financial decision. Step 1. The trigger. You see something. A new phone. A limited time offer. A friend's vacation post. Your limbic system reacts before your rational mind even loads. It's not calculating financial value. It's calculating emotional value. Will this feel good? Real-world example. You're tired after work. You open a food delivery app. Cooking feels hard. Ordering feels easy. The emotional system isn't waiting for a debate. It's already won. Step 2. The story. Your brain justifies the impulse after the fact. I deserve this. It's only $20. I'll be better next month. This is present bias in action. Immediate comfort quietly outweighs future stability, and your brain writes a perfectly reasonable sounding explanation for it. Step 3. The negotiation. Your prefrontal cortex tries to step in. It thinks about rent, savings goals, the future version of you who would really appreciate the restraint right now. But here's the catch. That analytical system is weakest exactly when you need it most. When you're stressed, tired, overwhelmed. Those are the moments the toddler runs the store. Step 4. Loss aversion. Psychologist Daniel Kahneman demonstrated something counterintuitive. Losing $100 feels almost twice as painful as gaining $100 feels good. Our brains are not optimizing for wealth. They're minimizing emotional pain. This is why you hesitate on a discounted flight. Not booking it feels like losing the deal, so you buy. Not because you thought it through, but because the pain of missing out outweighed the pain of spending. The biggest mistake is believing this is a discipline problem. Willpower drains throughout the day. Research calls this decision fatigue. By evening, your prefrontal cortex is running on fumes. If your financial plan depends on making the right choice every single time, it will eventually fail. Not because you're weak, because you're human. The second misunderstanding is that knowing better fixes the behavior. You can understand compound interest perfectly and still overspend on Friday night. Knowledge lives in the prefrontal cortex. The decision often doesn't get that far. The real shift happens when you stop fighting your biology and start designing around it. Here's what I want you to take from this. The problem was never willpower. It was expecting your brain to override millions of years of survival wiring. Every single day, forever. Automation is the workaround. Automatic savings, transfers. Automatic investing. Tools like YNAB or Monarch. Money work not because they make you smarter, but because they make the decision before your emotions get involved. You're not removing discipline from the equation. You're removing the need for it. Design your environment so your brain doesn't have to fight itself. That's not a shortcut. That's strategy. Next time, we'll break down how credit scores are actually calculated and why the number that controls so much of your financial life is far less mysterious than the system wants you to believe. Until next time, keep it simple.